Hello everyone, my name is Carlos Esteves and today I will be presenting my final project of the time series class at SMU University. In this work, I will analyze different forecasting models to predict retail sales, and the idea is to measure the effectiveness of all these models in the retail business. Okay, let's explore our data set. It consists of 110 observations. This is a weekly data set. We have two continuous variables, three categorical variables, and we don't have any missing values, so we don't need any imputation procedure. In this chart, we can visualize the historical sales behavior of the SKU over time. This is our SKU. The highlighted areas represent irregular events that cause abnormal demand patterns, mainly driven by promotions, special seasons, or operational situations. The ACF shows significant autocorrelation in the first few lags and a gradual decay, and we don't see too much evidence of seasonality neither. With respect to the spectral density plot, we don't see too much evidence of a dominant frequency peak, meaning that there's not a clear strong seasonality here. We believe that this time series is non-stationary because it violates most of the conditions. For example, condition 1 is violated because we know that the average sales during Christmas increase. Condition 2 also seems to be violated because we can have different strong peaks during these special events. And finally, condition 3 is also questionable because the correlation structure seems to change between the first half and second half of the data, as we can observe here from the plots. We can notice that the Christmas variable produces the higher change in sales compared to other variables like this one, because when the Christmas event is taking place, the sales average seems to be higher. Okay, now we have set the foundations of our analysis and we are ready for building our models. We will consider all these different models. We will compare the performance and selective S1 using these metrics by splitting the data set in two parts, the training data set and testing data set. Okay, our first model was the ARMA model. You can pause the video and take a look at the code. First, we used the AIC criterion and parameter estimation to determine the optimal orders of the ARMA model. Finally, based on the AIC results and the parameter estimation, we selected an AR1 and an ARMA 1. We generated 10 different realizations from the selected models and compared their spectral densities with the original time series. From these realizations, we selected the one that most closely matched the original spectral density. This was an important step in the selection of the final ARMA model. The residuals showed strong evidence of white noise behavior, and this is also confirmed by the John-Botz test. This indicates that the model had successfully captured the temporal structure of the data. The ARMA model shows a decent performance. However, the prediction intervals are relatively wide, which reflects the high variability in the data. For this reason, the model should only be used cautiously for short-term forecasting and mainly under scenarios where no major factors such as promotions or special events are activated. Now we will explore a signal plus noise model, a linear regression. You can take a look at the code later. For this model, we are only using the trend for predicting the sales. We can visualize that the intercept and the trend are significant. The linear regression model captures the overall level and the general trend of the sales, but it struggles to adapt to the strong variability and irregular behavior. Up to this point, we have analyzed models based on one variable, but given the nature of the data, now we will evaluate multivariate models, and we will start with multiple linear regression. For these models, we are using 4 different predictors for estimating the future sales, According to the results, only Christmas and the summer events are significant. The residuals show evidence of the white noise. This is complemented also by the Young test, and for this reason we will continue using MLR with uncorrelated errors. The MLR model also seems to be struggling to adapt to the strong variability of the data and irregular behavior. What we did here was to create future data using, of course, the insight of the retail planner for seeing how well the forecast behaves in the future when these events are on. Even though the RMSE reflects that the MLR performance is not very good, for the long-term horizon, MLR could be a good alternative because it reacts very well when irregular events like Christmas and the summer season are taking place. Now we will use a neural network, a multi-layer perception network with the above hyperparameters, in this case 5 hidden layers, for building this model. We can observe the results of the network and the RMSE is 9.88, the lowest. This is a good indication, at least for the short term. In overall, I don't like the long-term forecast for the MLP model. Even though in the surface it looks like the past, but when we take a closer look, the network has learned little or no dependence on the Christmas variable. I'm not saying that the neural network can't be improved, but it requires further investigation, because in our ADA we show evidence that the Christmas variable causes an important change in sales. Okay, now we will give our final conclusion. After evaluating all the different forecasting models using the same test periods and performance metrics, the MLP model achieved the best results with the lowest error, 9.98, but it requires further investigation. As for now, I would recommend to use the AR1 for the short term and the MLR model for the long term. Thank you very much for your attention.